Okay, we're in virtual desktop. I've got Xarcade 2 TV in front of me. We're going to try Pinball FX2 with VorpX to try to get some 3D out of it. VorpX is interesting. It's been around for a while. It says it supports 250 games, and it can render some of them in like VR and some of them in this 3D cinema mode. So we want the 3D. Whenever I've tried to do it for the VR, I've always been a little bit disappointed. And now then there's stuff like UEVR, Real VR, and those other VR mods. I gravitate to those other mods for VR. But I still like this for 3D. I check it out periodically. But it depends on the game list, if your game is supported or not. So first is we need to make sure it's running. So I'm going to go ahead and do start. It gives us this other VorpX desktop viewer. I never use that. The only one I use is the configure. This lets me choose the game. The games will have a profile, so you have to figure that out. So I'm using Steam VR for virtual desktop with Oculus Touch. They've got other options in here. Might be interesting if they, what's the other one that virtual desktop has, like VRXDB or something like that? Well, that one might be interesting in here. And then these are the profiles. So this would be the 250 profiles that are built in. You can look at them. They've got some details, but then where we're going to go for Pinball FX is not baked in. So we need to download it. So I come in here periodically and just search for a game to see if it has a profile. So for FX2, I'm going to say import. I've imported it already, but let's go ahead and grab the fresh one. And then from here, it's now one of my local profiles since I've imported it. But let's look at the other one. So virtual monitor, I turn this off. This, like I've got my main display. This creates another display, and then I think it sticks around even after VorpX is disabled sometimes. I don't like that. I don't like having these extra displays, so I turn that off. I don't ever change anything else in here. The hook helpers, we're going to look at this because this game needs one. And we're going to launch it. So let's see. So I search for the profile. So I need to, well, first I need to make sure it's running. Right, okay, check. And then I'm going to apply it, that profile that we just imported. And it's going to listen for Pinball FX2 and try to hook it. And then apply the profile. But let's go to portrait. I keep saying landscape. Portrait. Keep changes. So yeah, I think this one fails the first attempt and requires a helper. So what I'm just going to launch it from Steam, but I'm going to launch it and I'm going to minimize it so I can get the pop-up to install the hook helper. If I leave Steam, I don't always get that. I'm not always able to interact with that if it's needed. So let's just play and minimize. And I'm expecting it to fail. And it did not. Totally hooked. All right, so if it's, you might see some juddering, kind of like just goes off center for a little bit, ticks like a couple degrees. I get this with VorpX and virtual desktop. When I'm streaming other stuff in VR, like other mods, I haven't had this. For some reason, I get it with the VorpX. I don't know why. If you do like Steam Link, I don't think I get it in Steam Link, but I just don't ever use it. Maybe when I get a Steam frame. But we're just going to ignore that for now. So this is it hooked. It's giving me some info about VorpX, some tips, but I'm going to ignore that. And right now I'm in like a cinema mode, it's one of the immersive scenes. This one gives you a virtual environment. I usually disable this one and just go to a more basic view. But my
Thor.
Oh, what just happened? So my touch controllers worked for a little bit, but now they're not working. So I'm expecting my touch controllers to not work. So I'm a little surprised it worked any. So I'm launching turning on a Xbox gamepad. And so it's telling me to use the VorpX menu. So on my gamepad, that's the left stick. And I'm using the D-pad, and it's just, you see how it's kind of going wild? And now this is my left analog stick. It's just, okay, now it started off and my left analog stick was like skipping a lot. My D-pad now is working one at a time too. That's just some weirdness. I don't know why it happens. But for the cinema mode, what are my other options? Full VR, nope. Immersive screen, this is what we're gonna want. Or I like, kind of recenter it. And some other options, let's just image settings, display settings. I'm not going to mess with anything else. Just going to get out. And again, so now here, my D-pad is, I get 2 hits on my D-pad. So I'm on Tesla and now I'm on V12. But if I use the analog stick, I'm just getting 1. I don't know why. It's still a little jumpy. And the way that I had previously showed in virtual desktop that I could take the screen and like lay it down, I don't know how to do that in VorpX. I don't know if it's possible. So it's just going to be this screen in front of us, which is fine.
Star Wars.
So let's launch it.
Assault.
Okay, so I've got some 3D effect, definitely, on the destroyer. So I'm still using the gamepad. Oh, that's heavy 3D. Okay, now this is my plunger. Okay, so I'm using XRK 2 TV now. Alright, let me try to trap it. And perfect. That's what I meant. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna do a demo for your game. Drop. Alright. Let's try to change the camera. So it's not sure which view gives me the best 3D effect. So there's definitely more of a 3D effect than when I was playing this on just like 2D and virtual desktop. Like I can see those turrets sticking out a little bit. This hologram has some effect. Even my flippers, the rails are definitely some 3D effect. It's got this like kind of wall on the edges. Those are like this, have the 3D effect, but they're kind of if I'm concentrating them on them, they don't look great. On the very edge most like on the very edge of the screen where it just doesn't have enough info, right, for both eyes. I'm actually seeing a little mouse pointer here too. I don't know how to get rid of that. Let's try another camera. Yeah, I don't like that. So this view has more of the wall. It doesn't. It looks bad. So I almost want the view that gets rid of the walls the most, probably, and just zooms in the most. But yeah, definitely some effect. I think I would like playing like this. I'd need to play around with the VorpX menu some more, but I really need to just figure out why VorpX has this like jumping where it just doesn't stay locked on the view. It just kind of jumps to, a couple degrees. I just don't know why this happens. I've had it with VorpX quite a bit. I think it's primarily with virtual desktop and VorpX. But I think that's all.
Almost.